Blessed Rising Soul Family, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, welcome to Soul Family Oracle, and if you're returning, thank you so much. I love you guys. I love you guys. I love you guys. So this message I am recording right now, the message basically said, no more trauma bonding. You're moving to healed bonds and relationships. And this message came in sometime last month, and I wrote it down in my my channeling journal. I needed to record a message right now. I just did a recording, and I wasn't sure what the message was, but I felt like there's something that I needed to put out. So I just flipped in the book to see where it would fall. And this was the one that came to me. And as I was about to start the recording, I just shuffled the oracle decks a bit, and the card that came out was soulmate, which I think fits the message so perfectly. I feel like with this message, I'm speaking to somebody that has gone through a lot of, I don't want to use devastating, but heartbreaking, let me just say heartbreaking relationships, like emotionally turbulent relationships. Yes, let me put it that way. Because what's coming through is that with these relationships, these trauma bonds, it's not necessarily the treatment or the experience that was had in the relationship, but how the whole relationship even came about, right? Now, with this trauma bond, I feel like I'm speaking to somebody whose past relationships, 144 on the timer, a lot of the past relationships that you've had has been based on the things that you've had in common with whoever the partner might be. And this is what I feel has resulted in a lot of trauma bonding in how you choose your partners. So this is a case where, for instance, if you were connecting with somebody who has the same background experience as yours, or who has had similar emotional trauma as you guys connect on that level of the experiences that you share in common, that familiarity in your spirit of the things that you've experienced, and that feeling like there's something that you share in common, or like that understanding that comes from the shared or the common experience. And this is what I feel like has been the magnet that has drawn you to a lot of the people that you've been connected to in the past, or these past relationships. And because they were trauma bonds, they were very, very deep connections, right? Very, very deep connections. And I feel like that's the tricky thing with trauma bonds also. A trauma bond, a relationship that is bonded by trauma can feel like a very, very deep relationship. Like you guys are very connected because trauma runs very deep. And so when somebody is able to reach that deeper part of you, it creates that deep connection where it's like you feel like you understand each other to a certain level that most people wouldn't understand because they haven't been through the same experiences as you have. And I feel like the reason why this is coming up now, 333 on the timer, is because the divine is trying to bring your attention to the fact that you are not just somebody that carries trauma. You are not just somebody that holds trauma. You are not just somebody that is identified by your trauma. You are somebody that has more. There is a whole lot more to you that you can connect to others through. And I feel like this is coming up because you are being moved to a stage where you are going to be connecting with people that are doing the healing work or have healed to a certain level. People that, even though they have traumas and all those things, are not what is being bonded over, right? And I feel like with this connection of these people that you're being connected to, I feel like another thing about that is these people you're being connected to right now, or the people that are being magnetized into your reality right now, are people that, again, may have also experienced similar things, or may have experienced a lot of these things also, or even exact same type of traumas as you. But these are people that have acknowledged the trauma, have done the healing work or are still doing the healing work and have understood that they are more than their trauma. So their stories have now been developed beyond their trauma. Their story is not just about their trauma anymore. These are people that have gone over their traumas and now they hold the stories of their traumas as like badges of victory. They hold it as trophies, basically, and they speak about it with peace, without feeling any type of way about it, because it feels like this is something that I've gone through, this is something that I've dealt with, and I've come to the other side. And so I am able to speak on it to bring enlightenment, encouragement, empowerment to others without feeling some type of way about it. And I feel like this is the same kind of energy that the divine is pushing you into, or that you've come into, where you've realized that you are more than just your trauma. Your story is more than just the trauma. It's more than just the bad things that have happened. And because of this realization, you're going to start to connect with people that it's not like they don't have any traumas or they haven't had any life-altering experiences. But they've moved past the point of making these life-altering experiences their life story. These people have understood that their life story is what they are making for themselves every day. It's like their life story is what they are creating every day. Their life story is what they are doing every day, what they are intentionally bringing into being every day. So it's like these stories that are attached to their traumas are the stories that they're releasing, and you're not releasing it like, oh, it's been released, we don't want to deal with it anymore. No. It's like they're releasing it like, I release it because I can identify it, I understand it, and then I can hold it and learn the lessons from, not learn the lessons as if they did anything wrong, no. But kind of like the lessons of it as in like, this was meant to make me stronger. This was meant to make me bolder. This was just something that was coming in my way to distract me from my light, but I was able to overcome it. So these people are seeing themselves as victors, as overcomers, not as victims. Right? And I feel like this is where that balance was not available in the people you were connecting with before. The people you were connecting with, you were trauma bonding with these people because these people were still in that victimhood. They were still in that victim mentality, feeling like, oh, the world is against me. It's been so much against me. I'm where I am today because of this and that, because that happened. And, my life is this and it's like these people continuously put themselves in that state of feeling like the victims, and that is what keeps robbing their power, right? And I feel like you being able to move yourself from that energy is allowing you to now be connected with relationships or with people that are healed, and people that are going to be bonding with you based on different things. It could be a whole lot of different things. People that could be bonding with you because, of your spiritual gifts, because of your work, because of your hobbies even, right? And I feel like this in a way is going to be so healing also to you, or is going to allow you to heal even more, because these relationships are going to push you. I was hearing force. So it's like these relationships are going to force you out of your comfort zone. And I feel like this comfort zone is not even like a place. I feel like it's an emotional state. It's an emotional state of you feeling like being around people that have experienced the same thing you've experienced is much better for you because they understand you. It's like nobody can understand me like they do. But that is because you didn't have that understanding that your connection to people doesn't have to be through your trauma, doesn't have to be through the negative experiences that you share in common. There are a lot of things that you can bond with people over that are based on the things that you share in common but are positive, right? Like how people bond over sports or over schools they went to in common, or over their cities or football clubs, stuff like that, right? But I feel like, in this new phase, not only are you being connected with people that are on a certain energetic level as you are now, you are also being pushed into a higher energetic state. You are being pushed into a higher vibration by allowing yourself to create new stories about your life. based on the people that you meet. So for instance, this is not to say like a different story for everybody, no, but it's like if you're meeting people in a business setting, I guess the stories that you might be sharing with them, or the stories that you might be picking inspiration from for your conversations, is not going to be surrounding something that has to do with maybe your social life so much. Whereas if it's your social life, it's not going to be something that maybe has to do with your family life so much. So I feel like you're really coming into a balance of like embracing your trauma and taking your trauma as just something that was a part of you in a state that I guess wasn't the best experience, but you are seeing it or as something that has brought you strength, as something basically you're taking the energy of the transmutation that you've done from the trauma, right? So it's like, again, this is like this is like some really high level transmutation, right? Where it's like, again, you're not just turning it around for your good. You're not just turning it around for your good, but you're using it to create new channels of experiences, new channels to bring in new memories. And I feel like that's one thing that trumps trauma, right? I feel like one thing that trumps trauma is creating new experiences, new positive experiences to overshadow the experience, to overshadow the memories of the trauma. While as you create new memories that are in alignment with the energy you want to receive, or the energy you want to walk in, the joy you want to experience, and the love you want to feel, you begin to create more and more memories that begin to fill in gaps and also push back the influence of the traumatic memories. And again, this is not about like dismissing your trauma as if it's not there anymore or it's something that is non-existent. No, this is like basically, handling your trauma from a place of, I see you, I acknowledge you, I have accepted all you've come with, and now I am taking everything you've come with and I am making it into this. And what is this making it into this? This making it into this is now allowing yourself, or basically encouraging yourself to have new experiences, or to open yourself up to new experiences with people, with things, with places. 1144 on the timer. With places, because these energies, again, like I was saying, the traumatic bonds are very deep bonds, right? And so to be able to create new memories that overshadow the traumatic memories, you have to create new, deeper bonds. So that is where I guess the pushing you out of your comfort zone comes in. To whereas you are creating memories and bonds and connections based on trauma, now you are going to be creating it based on other things. So if it was before you connecting with people where you felt comfortable, 1222 on the timer, where you felt comfortable just, talking about your traumas and the things you've gone through. I have some people outside of the house. The neighbors just came in, so sorry if you have any noise coming through on the other side. 1234 on the timer. It's like, yeah, so in a case where it's like now, you have to, where, you would be bonding with people where you sit and talk about your traumas and all the negative things you've experienced in the past and all those things. Now you are going to be bonding with people that want to talk about new experiences. They want to try new things. They want to try new hobbies. They want to experience new things. So now you'll be talking about stuff like, going into nature, going camping, like experiencing new sites, things that don't allow space for you to trauma build and trauma bond. Right? So these are going to be very light-hearted, open conversations. 1313 on the timer. Open conversations that basically bring more light-heartedness to your spirit, that brings more light to your energy. Oh, wow, I feel like this is very beautiful. And another thing that's coming through is these are also people that have gone through some of the same things you've gone through. And I feel like, yeah, so it's not it's not like these people haven't gone through anything, or they haven't experienced any traumas, or they had it all good. No, these are people that have also equally experienced traumatic experience just like you, or even worse than you, right? But I feel like it's just like in this energy that you are in also, these people have been moved out of the space of just dwelling on their trauma, or allowing their trauma to be the fuel that pushes them to do things. And now it's they are allowing themselves to create these new memories to replace the traumas, right? And I feel like that is going to be such a breath of fresh air for you. It's going to be such a breath of fresh air for you. Being around people that, even though you guys know, oh yeah, this happened, that happened, but it's these are the new things that are are happening also. These are the things that we are intentionally creating for ourselves to trump those memories or to trump those experiences or the influences of those experiences. And I feel like that is so beautiful. Like, especially for me, that is I can be very disconnected and I can be very detached, not because I feel like the people haven't experienced things as I have, but I feel like I still haven't reached that point where I am connecting fully, or I'm connecting, widely with people that are in the energy that I'm working in right now, or people that I would like to experience their energy, in terms of like, not like people that don't have traumas and all those things, but like people that have transmuted that energy and are looking to involve themselves in new experiences that is going to bring more lightheartedness into their lives. And I feel like that's one thing that I personally struggled with for quite a while, and I still struggle with it every now and then, right? And this, I feel like this is one thing that always, well, not always, but usually makes me just like want to stick to myself, because I'm like, some conversations that I'm having are quite draining, because some of the people are still like, hanging on to their traumas and bad experiences. And I've come to this point where I feel like, yeah, those things have happened, but let's look on the brighter side. What's next now? It's like, it's done. Like, we're starting new things. We're building new timelines. Like, let's take that energy there rather, So yeah, 15555 on the timer, 555 on the timer. This is a period of big transformations, big change. And I feel like, yeah, we're well on our way to it. And this is where I'm going to leave this message. If this message resonated with you, please like, share, subscribe to help us reach even more of our soul tribe. And as always, I hope you listen with discernment and take only what resonates. Have a blessed day.